Good morning, one watcher. Cheers. What up, Ronnie? Sorry I didn't go live all weekend. I had my older kids up here, and we were going to do a live going curb shopping, but nothing was set out, so we just spent the weekend to ourselves and went fishing, enjoyed some dad kid time. So, what up, Precious? That's up to you, Ronnie. Don't take don't take advice from me. What up, Mohammed? Weekend officially ended, dude. Yeah, I know. Yesterday was the end of the weekend. I had my older kids over here for the weekend, so I didn't do much filming this weekend. If she doesn't, she's not good enough for you, Billy said. Do I like hunting? Yeah. You guys can call me Logan if you want. All right, Logan. Where are you from, dude? I live in Iowa, United States, Iowa. I like to try to stay consistent on my morning wake up lives, though. Today is bright and early Monday morning. It's probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. You got your first one last season. It was a 7 pointer. Congrats, man. That's actually pretty big for your first one. Nice, bro. Is it safe there? Yeah, it's safe. There's certain areas, but that's anywhere. There's certain areas all over the world you want to stay away from. It's been pretty safe here for the last year and a half. In the city itself, no crime happens here. There's no crime that goes on here. Well, I can't say that. In the last year and a half since we got rid of two people out of this town, there hasn't been any crime. And it was on a stand that no one has ever got one before. Hell yeah, Bobby. That's awesome. You killed a generational curse by getting a deer in a stand that nobody else gets a deer from. You stopped a generational curse when you did that. So congrats, man. I give you hella props for that. That's a that's a big deal, you know. Back when I used to hunt all the time, I used to go deer hunting. I used to go goose hunting. Like I love goose. Goose is the best, and duck. Duck, oh my god, is good. And let's see. When I was homeless, I ate a lot of different things to stay alive. I ate squirrel, raccoon, beaver, duck, goose, deer, rabbit. Um, there was a couple of muskrats mixed in there. Um, let's see. Groundhog dumplings is the best. Whistle Pigs. You ever heard of them? Yeah. You should go alone. Is weed legal? Weed is legal to the extent of if you need it for medicinal uses, like if you need it medically, you can get medical cards here in the state of Iowa, but it's still illegal to the form of recreational use. You were homeless and wildlife. Yeah, I was homeless for almost 13 years. That's why I ain't got no teeth. Because basic necessities become far fetched when you become homeless, like washing your clothes every day, brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, taking a shower every day, doing all them basic stuff. You know, there's a lot of things people take for granted every day, like brushing their teeth. And if you don't, you could end up like me, end up with no teeth. It's okay. I survived, man. I'm turning 36 years old this year. I survived. I did it. And I did all that while fighting for custody of my older children that I later, 13 years later, won custody of. I won my 50-50 shared custody. I won that. I did that. I never stopped fighting. And that's why I take it so seriously when my kids are up here visiting me and we're hanging out and they're spending time with their dad because, I earned that shit. Don't tear up, bro. I haven't teared up since my last toothache. Don't feel bad. Stuff gets better. That's just a testimony of, it might look bad now, but stuff gets better. I'm no longer homeless. I live in an apartment. I've been living in an apartment for the last 4.5 years. I got a steady job. I've got two cars sitting out there in the driveway, GMC pickup and a Dodge Ram. I got my kids in my life. I've got a beautiful 4-year-old baby girl with the wife that I'm with right now. Stuff happens, but you can't keep focused on the staircase. Just keep working on them first steps. You focus on the staircase and you get overwhelmed and just things fall apart. How you did it, bro, from homeless to family and a home. I just kept pushing, man. I woke up every day and I said, I'm going to own this shit like a boss. And that's what I did. Every day I owned it like a boss. Every day I got up was a blessing because of the fact I kept waking up. When you're homeless, you have a high likelihood of not waking up. Period. I'm employed on YouTube for being a creator. I'm also employed on YouTube for being a trusted moderator for a radio station. I am also a handyman. And I also caretake my apartment complex. Like yesterday, I showed an apartment. It got rented within 5 minutes of me showing it. And later on this week, at some point, I'll be showing two more. Good morning, Jeremy. Cheers, my brother. And a lot of people think this is weed, but it's not weed, bro. It's a Cheyenne cigar cigarette. The only difference is I always snap my filters off because, let's face it, if you're going to kill yourself, do it right. I don't condone smoking. I personally started smoking for my own reasons. I got diagnosed with asthma right at birth. I died twice. I struggled with that until I was like 17 and a half, 18 years old, and then I got diagnosed with starter stages of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I started smoking weed almost religiously, 3 to 4 times a day. In about 3 years, I put that shit to sleep. I put it back in remission by myself. I didn't do anything. I just smoked weed. And I did essential oils. I put that shit back to sleep. And then I lived healthy again for maybe five years. And then I recently got diagnosed with starter stages of emphysema. I finally looked at my doctor and I said, I'm just going to start smoking. So I smoke for my own reasons. Don't start smoking. It's a bad habit to get into. Do I like basketball? Yes, I like basketball. I like all sports except football. I stopped watching football back when my grandfather passed away because my grandfather was a retired war veteran and he used to cry and beg people to help stand him up because he didn't have any legs, right? So, like, if we were at a game or if he was in his living room and the national anthem was going on, he used to cry. Like, he'd be laying in his hospital bed and he would cry and beg people to sit him up in his bed or get him to the edge of his bed so he could feel like he was standing. And when that motherfucker kneeled at the football game, I quit watching football. I couldn't watch it anymore. But I like baseball. I like basketball. I like softball. I like tennis. Um, I got into I got into wrestling for a little while when I was in high school. Thank you for his service. Yeah, my grandpa, he was a tough old bastard, man. The only man that I've ever seen in a wheelchair back somebody out of his house with a shotgun in a wheelchair. He was that man. You don't. I'm not taking shit from you. I don't care if I am on wheels. that's that's the kind of dude he was. Aren't those Cheyennes like $5 a pack? Actually, they're 2.44. They're $2.44 here. You're 36. Yeah, I'm turning 36 in. Let's see, what's this month? It's March, ain't it? January, February, March, April. No, it's April. Getting ready to be May. So May, June, July, August. I have 4 months, and I'll be in my 36. I'll be 36. My sister has a boyfriend that is really good at wrestling. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. Something cool about being homeless that people don't talk about a whole lot. And I'm sure if you walked up to a homeless guy, you'd probably sit there and talk to him for a minute and be astonished. Do you know how many wild animals will literally climb in your bed at night just to stay warm and then leave in the morning? Do you know? I personally, in my 13 years of life in in the homeless setting, I personally have had a baby beaver climb in the bed with me at night. I've had 2 or 3 rabbits climb in the bed with me at night. I had one really young bobcat up in Pennsylvania climb in the bed with me at night. There's a lot of things that happen that, you know, people don't realize. When you're homeless, you get a lot of wild animals trying to trying to stay warm, you know. And if you're homeless in the wintertime, make sure you dig a hole and go 4 foot down, about 8 feet deep, and cover that shit up with peat moss, dried peat moss. and then cover it with mud, and then pine needles on top, because that puts you below the freeze line, and that mixture of stuff on top will keep you warm. My birthday is in August too. Oh hell yeah, Leo's. He can pick me up over his head, and you weigh 118. Well, shit, I weigh 205. Being homeless in a big city is worse than being homeless in wildlife. Yes, I'll agree with you there. Being homeless in the city is worse because there's no place to take shelter in the city. Hey, bro. What up, mate? Everyone, meet my friend Josh. This is my mate from down under. He's an Australian. He's down there boxing all them kangaroos. He's my good buddy of mine. Good morning, Josh. Cheers. The only thing bad about these cigars, they keep going out. Your birthday's on the 10th? That's pretty cool. Mine's around the teens. My mom's birthday was August 21st. My mom and me shared a birth month, which was pretty cool. Oh, is your birthday on August 10th? No, my birthday's not on August 10th. Mine's in the teens. Surviving lifestyle in wildlife, you could find your living food and shelter in a fire. Yeah, it's definitely better being homeless in the woods than it is in the city. I'll agree with you on that, Muhammad. All right, bro. I gotta go to sleep. I'm gonna head off. Good night, man. All right, brother. Yeah, it's probably like 2 o'clock in the morning down there for you. Hey, Josh. Before you go, is it true that the toilets flush backwards down there? Up here, they go clockwise. Do they go counterclockwise down there where you're at? That's been bugging me. I had to ask you. I'm not sure. Ours really don't spin. All right. Fair answer. Good night, mate. Sleep tight, you old bloke. Yours goes straight down. I heard a rumor that if you're south of the equator, it spins backwards, but if you're north of the equator, it spins clockwise. But if you're right on the equator, it doesn't spin at all, so it goes straight down. So, Billy, you might be right on the equator. It just sucks the water away and replaces it real quick. You have to write a book of your story. Ain't nobody would want to read that. I barely want to read it half the time, and I remember it. You live in Minnesota. Hell yeah. I got a couple of people that live out there in Minnesota. You'd read it. Did y'all know that you can make fire from ice just by turning a piece of ice into a magnifying lens with your hands because your hands are perfectly cupped? See how your hand is cupped? Take a piece of ice and put it in between there and just go like this for a few minutes and make it into a magnifying lens. You can start a fire with it. Yeah. Did you know that you can also make an earth battery? It's a kinetic earth battery. And all you need is two pieces of metal, a probe like this, and stick it about 8 feet in the ground, or I'm sorry, not 8 feet, 12 inches in the ground, and hook a copper wire to this, and then hook an outlet up to the top of it. That has enough juice. The earth has enough juice to power charging your phone, maybe a fan, like a box fan, or a light. You could probably get like 20 amps from the earth, depending on how big you make it. I've seen people make an earth battery, you can get 120 amps. But yeah, you can make an earth battery. How you learn that technique? I actually learned that from an old gardener fellow that told me about kinetic energy copper coils for his garden. That's what gave me the idea. I didn't know about it at the time, but apparently an earth battery is a thing. Apparently that's older than I am. Yeah, all you need is two probes about that long, and hook a copper wire to the top of both of them, and you stick them about 4 inches apart in the ground, about 12 inches down, and you can make an earth battery. Man, I enjoy these not so popular YouTubers than Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is okay. He's just had a couple of bad choices. Like he had that guy working for him that probably shouldn't have, and he doesn't respond to the public like I think he should. Honestly, if you're gonna be a YouTuber, everybody counts. I can light a bulb from the earth. Yeah. Did you know that your body gives off kinetic energy also? Are you a prepper? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But did you know that you can actually light an LED light bulb from your body? Like if you hold it to your temple and focus your energy to your temple, you can light the bulb. Your body gives off kinetic energy also. Sometimes you can do it just by holding it in your hand too. It's all stuff I learned by an accident. Like a zombie apocalypse prepper. No, no. I don't think there's going to be a zombie apocalypse, but I do believe the world is going to end soon. I don't know if y'all heard or not, but the Pope just passed away. And they've already got a lineup for a bunch of new popes. And one of the popes' name is Peter. And I don't know if you guys want to jump in that rabbit hole, but go look up the prophecies of, of Peter for the new age, for all that, and you will be astonished at what you find. There's going to be, after he gets voted in there and put in, if if Peter gets it, then that means we're gonna have biblical ending time stuff happening, like 5 to 6 super volcanoes going off. Didn't he betray Jesus? I'm not sure. I'm not going to touch that one, but go look that up. Look up the look up the prophecy of Peter, You'll be astonished. I actually hope that that guy Peter does not get voted in to be the new pope. Because, like I said, if that happens, you can quote me on this, if that happens, some bad shit's gonna happen. I'm not sure, Billy. I'd have to do some more reading on that. I can't remember. Something that you guys will learn about me is I uh, I suffer with seizures, so my memory isn't the greatest. Religion is flawed because man is flawed. Religion is a lie made up by governmental beings to make us believe in something that never happened. Like, did you know that the whole entire Bible and the story of Jesus Christ is a lie? Did you know that Jesus Christ was not born from a virgin birth? He was born normal. The only difference is he was literally a reincarnation of a light being that awakened himself through trials that he put himself through life. He learned how to wake up his inner kinetic energy and was able to focus that in such a degree that he could heal people. A lot of people are going to get pissed that I just said that, but I don't give a shit. The whole entire religion is flawed. Anthony, good morning, my friend. I agree with you on that one, Muhammad. I gotta go get more coffee. I'll be right back. Be right back after these messages. Oh, I couldn't exactly leave them in there. Anthony, real one, what up? All right, let me go back in the messages, make sure I didn't miss nobody. What up, real one? Everyone has an opinion, but believe everything the Bible says, but I still have some doubts. It's okay to have doubts about it, man. You know my honest opinion. I believe your church is your body, and I believe that if you sit and talk to God in your own way in your own church, ain't nobody on this planet has the right to judge you as long as you're at peace with yourself. And I mean that in a way of not in peace with life, not in peace with what's going on around you, but in peace with yourself. I believe that if you do that and you just stay with a modest attitude, then you'll be okay. And do everything in your power to meditate every day. Do everything in your power to talk to God in your own way. Like I sat out here this morning for I think an hour before I went live. And I just sat here and I talked to myself. When I double tapped the screen, Do you see the thumbs ups? No, but I've been seeing a flood of hearts and stuff come in, so I believe in one God. That's it. I don't need building to worship, period. Hey, real one, I just said something that's going to piss a lot of people off. I told them the Bible was a construct of lying tongues. And I say that because of this. Did you know that Jesus Christ himself was not born a virgin birth? He wasn't. He was born normal. He was a reincarnated being of a light being that reawakened himself through trials that he himself put himself through throughout his whole life. And he was able to harness kinetic energy around him to such a degree that he was able to heal people. That's going to piss a lot of people off, and I don't care. That's why I get so mad at all these Bible thumpers. Y'all don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Alexander. Good morning, my friend. Hold on, let me cheers you. Cheers. It's a beautiful day. It's amazing. It's okay, fam, to have your own beliefs as long as you believe that's what matters. Exactly. But that is also why I tell people to do meditations. That is also why I tell people to do chakra training. Like, you know how I got the chakra stones? And, I mean, you gotta be awake in your own existence. Like, if you're not awake in your own existence, then you're just a zombie going along with the everyday bullshit. Good words, real one. Hell yeah. All our opinions will always be different. Yep. Hey, honey, I don't know how far you want to dig in some rabbit holes, but I got one for you. And I told this to Mom the other day, and I said, mark my words, it's going to happen if he gets in there. I don't know if you heard or not, but the Pope just died. Pope Francis. And they've already got a lineup of 4 people that they're thinking about putting in there in his place. You know the story of Peter, right? There's a pope whose name is Peter. Look up what's going to happen if Peter gets elected in as the new pope. Look up the mythology and the the prophecy of Peter. Look up the prophecy of Peter. You will be blown the fuck away. Alexander, it sure is. Hell yeah, it is a beautiful day out here. At the end of the day, we all bleed the same. Facts. Exactly. Give me that. That out of your mouth. No. Oh, yes, the Pope died. I saw that. I don't follow all that after all the scandals of pedo stuff and Catholics doing what they stepped away. Yeah, honey, one of the Pope's names for the lineup of new popes is Peter. Look up the prophecy of Peter. You will be so blown away. It's not even funny. It's almost scary. They will normalize. Yeah, I agree with you, Muhammad. I used to be hardcore with it because that's how I was raised. Me too. I was raised Catholic until I was like 7 years old, and I told my mom I don't want to be a Catholic. I don't believe that way. I don't think it's right. Yep. I agree with you. Can we see your dog? Yeah, you can see the puppy. This is one of them. Kane. Hi, Kane. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's Kane. Kane. And then I have a bigger dog in the house. Her name is Nova. Like a collapsing star, like a supernova. I named him Cain out of Cain and Abel from the Bible. And then somebody later on in my lives was like, "Did you name them Nova and Cain for Nova Cain?" And I was like, "No, that wasn't even thought about until you just said that. Thank you." Yeah, he is a husky German Shepherd. And then I have a Caucasian Shepherd Blue Tick Hound in the house. She's all white and he's mostly black. So we got the yin and yang twins. And he likes to chew on everything. Hi, Mom. What's that?
Predictions for today.
Oh, look at this, guys. Predictions of weather for the day.
No bite. No bite.
We're under severe tornado watch.
Look. There's the one.
Yeah, I know. We're right here.
We're right where.
We're in between all three of them.
Uh-huh.
You know what's funny? Some Bible thumper Christians was yelling on the corner. It was just twins. Some woman tried too hard to hand my daughter a Bible, and my son said, "No, thank you. My sister don't need your lies." They unaliving Muslims everywhere because we have the truth. The woman told my son she can make her own decisions. My son said, "Leave us alone." I believe it, man. A lot of Bible thumpers, a lot of people like that are like that. They try to push their belief on people, and it's not right.
Even our city Facebook page shared the.
Even our city Facebook page shared the tornado watch.
Look at the look what they put as the fucking time limit, mainly between 1 and midnight.
Maybe between 1 and midnight tonight we'll have tornadoes.
That really narrows it down. 1 o'clock.
So
in the
we might
afternoon.
have storm watching videos, guys.
It's supposed to hit up to 83 today, which means it's gonna get humid. Stop it.
I wrote somebody last night about a bunk bed for my daughter. I'm waiting on them to write back so
Ow.
I can try to go down there and get that for her.
Sit. Sit.
My little 4-year-old's growing up in such a way where she's heavy enough she broke her bed the other day. So now Daddy has to go find her a new bed. Matter of fact, let me hop off of here real quick. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna check my messages.
Hey, no, no.
I'm here. Oh, my little buddy broke her bed. Yeah, she's growing. Yeah, she's getting big.
Look at where he's sitting.
I know. It's because I'm holding his leash. I won't let him go down there while she's got him out.
No, he's sitting on my foot.
Yeah. Well, we're training him to be a guardian dog. That's his job. He's supposed to sit right in front of you. He's not supposed to let anybody near you unless you give him permission.
Have you seen the new neighbors yet this morning?
Yeah, they already left. And
No.
Matthew wrote me back and was like, "Hey, just let him know that yeah, hell yeah, I'll rent him the apartment, and let him know also that Rick's apartment's gonna be available." So I was right. Rick is moving out.
I'll be damned. Well, there's two more in that one building over there. Did you let him know that the landlord said that?
I wrote him this morning. I haven't heard back. I told him to call him. Good morning. You want to hook Nova up? But be careful and don't let her slip by you at the door. Because that dog is out here, and I know Nova does not like that dog. Come on, Nova. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
You hooked up. You can do it.
Come on. I got him. He's not getting you.
Watch my coffee. Watch the coffee. Move your ass, Nova.
I know, but good morning. Good morning. Burger Salute. Sorry that you lost your best friend. I didn't even see that comment, Hassan. Where'd you say that?
You're leaving the door, baby. Thank you.
Oh, you were talking to Honey.
No. Nova. Nova.
Did your mom and dad ever write you back about Joshua's bed?
Mm-hmm.
What'd they say?
They said you can come get it whenever.
Whenever? Well, who's home?
I don't think there's anybody home right now. She told me to text my dad when if you wanted to go get it today to see if he was home because he didn't know if he was going to take the day off because of the weather or what.
Well, text your dad real quick and see if he's home, because if he's home, I'll just go get Joshua's bed. Because at least I know I can get that.
I texted my mom and my dad to see if everybody was home. I think Trey is there, but
Yeah.
if anything, I know the code to get in the front door, so
Gotta go get a bed for my daughter.
she's taking her brother's bed.
Are you big kids still with you, fam? Oh, no, they went back last night, honey. That's actually why I didn't do much filming this weekend. Um, I was gonna do filming because it's curb cleanup day in Pleasant Hill, but Pleasant Hill didn't have anything set out, so we just came back home and we just spent the weekend, binge watching movies, playing our joint game. Like we've got a game that all of both of my older kids play, and it's on our phones, and we can actually alliance ourselves with each other and go take on other villages. So that's pretty much what we did all weekend.
Joshua was surprised that it put you and him in an automatic.
Yeah, it
He
put
thought
me and
that
my
was
son
cool.
in an automatic alliance. True Judaism and true Christianity and true Islam is same message from same God in different times. I actually agree with you on that. I agree to the extent of I think it's the same God, but I think the story was misconstrued by humans. I believe that the story was twisted and rewritten a couple of times. But I do actually agree with you, Muhammad. I agree that it's the same person. I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah, human beings. It's like if you stand in a line of like 14 people and one person tells a secret and says, pass it on, and they keep doing that all the way to the front of the line. And by the time it gets to the front of the line, it's a completely different story. It's word of tongue and interpretation. Yep. Yeah, we actually did that in school because we were talking about how rumors get spread, and the teacher had us line up in like I think it was a line of I think we had 22 kids in our class at that time, but only 14 showed up that day. So we had like 14 kids in a line, and she told a secret to the kid or told a kid a sentence in the back of the line and said pass it on, and that went on all the way up until it got to the front of the line. And by the time it got to the front of the line, it was all misconstrued and twisted, and it wasn't even the same as what the teacher said. It's all interpretation. Yep, yep, yep. It happens. That's why they tell you to read between the lines. The sky already looks gnarly out here, guys. Look at this. All clouded. Already looks gnarly. Billy said, I like Brawl Stars. Same with me. Mm. I like Brawl Stars too, especially in string bikinis. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Ooh, I dropped a lot of good new merch on my merch store, guys. So if you don't know, I have a merch store. It's called Black Lion 35. It's a merch store that commemorates my channel. And if you go and you buy something, I don't care how big, how small it is, all the merchandise or all the revenue from now until next Christmas is going to help me help the homeless down there at the shelter close to me. So every time you buy a piece of merch from my merch store, you're helping me be able to go down and buy a present for a homeless person. It happened since Adam and Eve during the time the story changed. At some point, even forgot Adam and Eve, and they say we're monkeys. Nobody gave me my banana to remember. Me and my wife are strongly considering moving. Hell yeah, Bobby. I'm glad you found me, man. Make sure you give me a subscribe. I try to go live every morning, and I'll do a wake up with Black Lion coffee time. During the week, I try to go live every night around 8:30, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Um, the evening lives are a little bit more wiry because we get a lot more mischievous trolls. So the evening lives are a little bit more intense. The morning lives are really laid back. We normally just sit out here, we listen to the birds, talk about our day, what we got planned, have our church. What is your favorite animal in the wildlife, dude? It would have to be a combination of two. It would have to be a lion, because a lion walks with pride, not regret, and an eagle, because the only animal on this planet that'll mess with an eagle is a crow. And you know the eagle won't fight back. It'll just fly higher and higher and higher and higher until the crow's lungs give out and falls all the way back to the ground. So it'd have to be a combination between a lion and an eagle. Is my favorite animal. And Dean, I deleted your message. I'm gonna say this one time. That is not my name. My name is Black Lion. Where am I located? I am in Iowa, my friend, and we are under severe tornado watch until tomorrow.
Made sure my weather radio was plugged in.
Yeah. Yeah, we're under severe tornado watch. It's supposed to start between 1 p.m. and midnight. So we might be doing a storm watching live. Who are you doing? Well, I might be doing my wife later. That's who. I know you said, how are you doing? Sorry, you're good, Dean. Just remember that, man. My name's Black Lion. Can we see your view? Seems peaceful. Yeah, you can see my view. Just a little neighborhood, little town. Excuse me. Is Dean your friend in real life? I don't know. I don't know Dean in real life. Be safe. We're gonna try. Uh, Johannes. I don't want to mispronounce your name, so I'm just gonna call you Joe. Hey you. Nice. Your grass is green. I know, right? It's coming in. I got a bald spot over here from the dogs. But I planted grass seed over there the other day, so within a few months, within like a month, we should have green grass over there. With this rain, it should start sprouting up faster than I anticipated, actually. But I spread a whole entire bag of seed over there. Joe is fine. All right. Can I be mod, please? Hell no. I have two mods, Dean. I have my daughter and my son. That's it. I don't have any other mods on my channel. I am I rule supreme on my channel because I know my son and my daughter aren't just going to evict somebody for being a trollish asshole.
Kane, get out of there.
My son and my daughter will let me go back and forth with somebody first because they think it's funny. What's a mod? A mod is when I give you a wrench and you have the ability to hide people from my channel. You have the ability to check channels, see when they were created. Like, if I was to click on your name, I could see your channel activity for every single time you've ever been on my channel. I can see every single live you've ever participated in. It doesn't even matter if you change your screen name. I can see that. That's what a mod does. A moderator, yeah. But I don't have any. I have more members than I do mods. I only have two mods, and I have like 28 members. It took me a long time to get here, but being monetized is pretty cool. How old are you? 36. Yeah, there's some weird ones out there. Godfather! You're not green no more, bruh. I'm one of them. I think your gifted membership ran out, man. He's about to turn 36. Yeah. Yeah, your gifted membership ran out, Godfather. Who's that? What'd she say?
I asked her if she had a chance to check out that scrub store yet. She said no, not yet. She said what size.
What'd she say about who's home?
She said there's nobody home right now.
Oh. Gotta renew my ish. LOL. Went by quick. I didn't do it. Didn't it? Yeah, it did go by quick. I think I gifted your membership like last month. That's something that I do try to do on my channel, y'all. I gift out memberships every month. I couldn't do it this month, so I gifted out like 15 last month. So if you got a membership, I'm glad you did. I'm glad y'all had fun. My members' videos are literally just videos with me and my kids. I only do members' videos with my kids. I don't do public videos with my kids. So if you want to see videos with my children, you have to become a member. You got to pay for it. Because there's some weird motherfuckers out there that'll take screenshots of my children and they'll repost them. And they'll say really belligerent, piggish type shit. And if you become a member and stuff continues, it's easier to track the person down because the next person that does that, I'm pressing charges. Every time somebody becomes a member, I screenshot who's a member. There is sick people. Yeah, you're right, Billy. There is. How long are you going to be live? I'm only going to be live for maybe about 5 more minutes. I've already been live for an hour and 4 minutes. A little over an hour. Yeah, it is smart, right? You got to do everything you can to protect your kids. When you become a parent, number one priority is safety for your kids. And literally, the only reason that I record with my children is because, like I said, I suffer with seizures. My memory gets fucked up sometimes. Sometimes I forget shit that I do with my kids. And in order to remember, I record stuff and I'll post it. And if I happen to forget something, or if I have a seizure, I'll spend a few hours that day and I'll go and I'll watch videos. And it helps me remember. Morning, sir. Life Advisor Cat. What's up, fam? I'm thinking of making a channel. What should it be? What do you enjoy doing? My YouTube is me doing what I enjoy. I enjoy being a content creator. I enjoy helping people. One of the biggest things on my channel is you're not going to comment and me not comment back. Especially when I know somebody is struggling mentally. Because I've had a friend unalive himself from suicide. And I was his last phone call. And I wasn't there for him. He wound up dying that day. So I've made it a point to never let anybody go uncommented back to. I make everybody matter on my channel. Yeah, follow where you're good. Yep. I just popping in to check on you. It's ain't been here in a minute. Y'all cool? Lion, stay safe. Hell yeah, Godfather. Don't forget to renew your membership, man, because I'm going to be coming out with some more videos soon. Yeah, do video games, man. There's a lot of gamers that come on my channel and they'll post about stuff. Like a lot of people that join my channel do the virtual reality stuff. And they'll post that kind of stuff. But you never know. Being a content creator and doing that method on making everybody feel welcome and making everybody feel like they matter by just commenting back to them, you never know. You might save a life that day. I mean, that's just my way of thinking. This happened with my uncle, too. I was his last call and didn't pick up on what he was saying. I just talked about my issues. I miss him so much. Yeah. My best friend did it. And he was also my blood brother. he passed away, I literally felt like part of my soul died. I was the only person that knew him closely that stood up at his funeral to say something. His family didn't even stand up. I did. That was the one and only funeral that I ever stood up in front of people and I ever said anything. And I didn't even go into any stories about me and him. I didn't even say any good hearted stories about me and him. All I said was, Ben, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there. And I'm sorry I let my pride get in the way of not forgiving you for what you did. Because before he died, me and him got into a fight. And I never forgave him for it. And then he went down a really dark path and started doing some really stupid shit. And then he was slipped mushrooms on a pizza over at a person's house, and they didn't tell him. And then he went home to a house full of guns. They let him leave. And then he unalived himself. I was his last phone call. And I didn't even talk to him. I hung up the phone. It didn't sit well with me, yo. I literally felt like part of my soul died. That's why I do my channel how I do. That's why I say we make everybody matter. We talk to everybody like it's their last lifeline. If somebody says something, you say something back. Somebody says hi. It doesn't even matter how little it is. You can say, I blew up a hot air balloon today. And I'd be like, that's fucking awesome, Make everybody's comment matter. If school is canceled, I'll come back. Oh, yeah, bro. That's just messed up. Yeah, it was. Rest in peace. Sorry, man. Yeah, it happens, man. Stuff happens when you can't forgive people and they feel like they got to go other avenues. That's why I say how I run my channel, because you never know. Being a content creator and being somebody that talks to everybody, you never know. You could save a life that day just by saying hello and getting their mind off of the bullshit they're going through. That's why I comment back to everybody. I heart and like everybody's comments. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. I do it. We can save lives. Yeah, you can. Being a content creator, you never know. Somebody could be struggling in such a degree and they could comment on your channel. It doesn't even matter if it's big or small. They could just say hi. And that person could be going through some hella major shit. And you saying hi back to them might just make them feel like they matter enough to where they can stay. You never know. Quit digging in my yard, dog. I'm not gonna lie, being a content creator is tough. Especially when you get attacked by people that don't realize how deep the rabbit hole goes, if you know what I mean. And they take advantage of it. But that's my 2 hour mark right there, guys. I love you. Everybody have a blessed day, and I will be back around 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight, Central Standard Time. Don't miss out. I hope to see you all there. And remember, life takes guts. Don't take shit from nobody. And if you do, tell them come see me.